A few years ago, I was hosting the New Zealand Biotech Awards, Sky City Convention Centre, the old one. Too soon, okay. 1,000 of New Zealand's best and brightest, black ties, silver service, looking around the room. I'm starting to feel a little bit inadequate, a little bit underqualified. Turn to the waiter next to me and go, dude, everyone in this room except for you and me has got a PhD. Waiter turns to me and goes, got some bad news for you, bro. I was running a course recently and I mentioned in passing Nelson Mandela. Half the class stared blankly at me. Nelson Mandela, they continued to stare blankly at me. Someone said, who's that? I said, he was man of the century. She replied, which century was that? Good, there's more. We have no buzzers. Or do we? The role of the front volunteers are the buzzers. But of course, buzz sounds a lot like buzz. So we need some means of distinguishing between the two. And I found doing this activity that often the sound of a barnyard or domesticated animal is very effective. Would you like to choose an animal, please? Sheep, okay, and you will be? A horse, sheep and horse. Can we test our buzzers, please, Grant? Okay. It's a contest, there are winners and non-winners, so it need to be quick and loud, quick and loud. Okay, let's have some cheering too. This side of the room, you are the horse shouters, and you are the sheep. Yeah. So I want to take this and send it to Australia. That's the last thing I want to hear. Enough trouble as it is. So question number one. Good game.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. We see things all the time that we do not really see. Some of those things are threats to you personally. Some of those are threats to you professionally. If you run businesses or consult with businesses, some of those are threats. Some of them are opportunities, personally, professionally, and to businesses. But we don't see them because we live lives of sameness. We're not attuned to suddenly spotting something that's always been there. Our caveman instincts look for things that suddenly change and we notice those. The drive on the motorway that's always the same, until that child's soccer ball bounces in front of us, we're not really tuned onto it. How often do you pull up in your car park at work or near work and you have no recollection of the drive you just made? It's a UHE, it's a universal human experience. You're operating at level 4, unconscious competence. You're not really applying any brain resources to that kind of noticing.
She leapt up over the counter and ran out of the store. The other shop assistant took me, sat me down in the men's creche section of the shop, read a magazine. 4 or 5 minutes later, she comes back with a pair of the shoes I was after in a 10.5. She'd run slightly aglow for her experience. She'd run 1.6 kilometres. I would have been satisfied as a customer if she'd just rung up. I would have been satisfied as a customer if she just pointed me in the right direction. But she leapt over the bar, quite literally, and totally exceeded my expectations. And I've been going back to that store for the past 14 years. I don't even live in that city. And I ask myself, what do I have to do as a manager to get a staff member who is so engaged that she would do that?
Who's got kids? Okay, who's ever been a kid? Who's waiting on DNA test results? I like to include everybody in this.
3 years after that, I finished my degree and I was back in Nelson. I was playing basketball for the Nelson side. And I happened to run into, at an after-match function, Johanna, who was the receptionist who pointed me into the box that very night, that very day. And we caught up in old times. And she told me something that I didn't know. Something that no one at Neil and Haddo had told me for the 3 years that I was working there. Apparently, 13 minutes before I walked in that door saying, "Hi, I'm a student, I'm here about a job,"
They rang up the local Nelson branch of Student Job Search and said, send a student round, we've got a job.